Good afternoon from a cold and windy Sarasota. I want to greet all our ADEL participants serving our fine company in various functions around the world. In this video, I will briefly discuss the second learning module within the ADEL program, which is about strategy and tactics. Strategy and tactics work together as means to an end. If your strategy is to climb a mountain, one key component of your strategy might be to decide which side of the mountain you should climb. Your tactics would be the gear you'd buy, who you would bring along, your complete trip plan, how long it would take to get there, what season you would go, and so on. Strategy is always your pathway for going from where you are to your goal. So the emphasis is on the path and course of direction you are taking. Strategy should be set on various levels of the organization, but always have a plug and play with our overarching Vision 2025 statement. Let me give you our overall company strategy as an example. 3 years ago, Sun Hydraulics was known as one of the leading global cartridge valve component manufacturers that stood for the premium design and high precision manufacturing of hydraulic screw and cartridge valves. We purposely expanded on that valuable key component position from a Sun Hydraulics viewpoint and added a broader and more diversified technology scope to our business. Firstly, within Sun itself, we placed a higher focus on becoming an integrated package and solution provider. And beyond, we as a corporation strategically defined our 2025 goal by adding electronic competence to our portfolio via the acquisition of Innovation Controls, a world-class electronic controls company. By adding Faster Group, the recognized number 2 player in the global premium hydraulic coupling solution market, and with the most recent addition of Custom Fluid Power in Australia, we are pursuing the strategy of stronger coverage of a specific region, which have not been on the forefront of our thinking and acting in the past. So we purposely defined the strategic pathway of adding additional premium brands and businesses around the globe, which occupy one of the top 3 positions in its designated technology field when it comes to market share. Embarking on this strategy involved the planning of the company's individual moves, and tactics involve now how we physically are carrying out the plan. The difference between the two concepts can be remembered with the phrase strategic is doing the right things, tactical is doing things right. Strategy refers to a direction towards a goal. In our specific case, it is Vision 2025 of reaching critical mass of minimum $1 billion in sales at superior profitability within the industrial diversified niche market, so that we can always maintain our financial strength and use the generated funds to continuously reinvest in our businesses. Tactics are the actions taken by our individual businesses and you, the ADEL participants in your respective areas, to support the overarching 2025 strategy. Our Helios businesses at Sun, Faster Group, and Innovation Controls on purpose deal with different types of tactics, tailored to their specific business needs in order to achieve the strategic goal. These types of tactics are to be found mainly in the areas such as product development, pricing, marketing, and various operational initiatives. A tactical plan is a course of action to achieve short-term goals, generally within a year or less. Most of our Helios subsidiaries do annual budgets or forecasting, and by doing so, they project such specific goals or key performance indicators. We call them KPIs. If you're still having trouble differentiating between strategy and tactics, you may also use the rule of touch. If you can reach out and physically touch it, it's a tactic. Many of the business plans I review from the various Helios companies do list goals, objectives, and then tactics. I would like to always encourage you to think about and set strategy before tactics. We want to avoid of embarking on what we refer to as knee-jerking, because then you have no way of intelligently changing course when you are not meeting your objectives. At that point, it becomes tactical roulette, where you continually chamber a new tactic and pull the trigger in hopes that something hits the target. Sooner or later, you are looking at the dead initiative, an unsuccessful project, or even a dire business relationship with a customer or a supplier. Strategy and tactics must be in line with one another. So please always do remember a tactic is only worth pursuing if it aligns with your long-term strategy. About 2,500 years ago, the Chinese military strategist Sun Tzu wrote The Art of War. In it, he said, "Strategy without tactics is the slowest route to victory. Tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat." Tactics and strategy are not at odds with one another. They are on the same team, and they have been for many centuries. Good morning, afternoon, or evening to you. Today we are covering Module 11 of the ADEL program and will talk more specifically about the need for cost competitiveness. Over the previous 10 ADEL modules, we emphasized the importance of differentiation on an ongoing basis. The aim for all Helios Technologies companies is to create a clear difference that is important to our customers and is something our competitors cannot easily match. At Helios Technologies, we create a competitive advantage by developing a strategy of leadership in factors such as quality, innovation, and customer experience. Going forward, we also want to be cognizant of the need to focus more on cost competitive advantages. And we need to utilize our skilled workforce, optimize our materials, control costs, and pursue the efficient operations to create maximum value to customers. There are various ways for us to create a cost-competitive advantage. We need to use product design and re-engineering to create efficient, cost-effective products. Product design is important for cutting-edge technology. Re-engineering is used by companies that are able to cut costs by redesigning and creating improvements to their products. A company that finds ways to make its technology better and more affordable will find success. Therefore, we need to be determined and committed to a stronger focus on costs. Stronger focus on minimizing costs requires us to achieve the following. Firstly, high productivity. Secondly, higher capacity utilization. Our installed asset base is relatively high in most businesses, and a high-end optimized utilization of our machines and equipment will immediately generate profits. Thirdly, the use of bargaining power to negotiate the lowest prices for production inputs. That means direct and indirect material, and all services we buy from suppliers and third parties. Fourthly, lean production methods. Fifthly, effective production processes. And sixthly, effective distribution channels to bring our products to market, irrespective whether we sell direct or through distributors and integrators. I ask you, the ADEL participants, to think hard and decisively how to minimize costs across all of our processes and all companies. Lead by example and make your influence valid in all areas as mentioned just now. I wish you lots of fun with Module 11, and I look forward to seeing you drive competitiveness in your individual areas.